Hi guys, this is Ankur Pathak, and in this demonstration I will be showing you how to set up Glassfish application server on Windows. Before we begin with setting up Glassfish application server on Windows, you must have Java set up on your machine. In order to know more about how to set up Java on Windows, you can refer my earlier tutorial on installing JDK on Windows. So before beginning with the installation of Glassfish, let's verify whether Java is properly set up on our machine. So go to command prompt and type the command echo percentage java underscore home percentage. So this shows that key you have got the java underscore home environment variable properly set on your machine. Now type the command java dash version. So this command shows that key I have got Java 8 properly set up on my machines, and I have got the bin directory of java underscore home available on my path environment variable. So I can proceed with setting Glassfish server on my machine. Well, if you are not getting these output for these two commands, then I will request you to refer my earlier tutorial, and by visiting that tutorial you will be able to understand how to set up java underscore home environment variable and how to make these command work. Okay, so please visit that tutorial. Okay, so now as I have got Java properly set up on my machine, so let me proceed with the process of setting Glassfish application server on my machine. So use the browser of your choice and go to google.com. Fine. On Google, search for Glassfish download. Well, Glassfish application server is a reference implementation for J2EE, and Glassfish application server 4 is a reference implementation for Java EE7. So now download the Java EE7 full platform by following this link over here. Okay, when you will download this link, you will get a zip file. I have got this zip file already downloaded on my machine, so I will not be downloading it again. So let me minimize this window. Let me minimize the command prompt also. I have got this zip file available here. So now extract this zip file to the directory of your choice, and for extracting this zip file you can use any tool of your choice. You can use WinRAR, you can use WinZip, or you can use BSDTAR. As I have luckily got WinRAR installed on my machine, so I will be using WinRAR. So extract this zip file to the directory of your choice. I will be extracting it over here. Wait for it to get extracted. Once it get extracted, go to the directory where you have extracted the zip file. I have extracted it over here. Now enter inside the Glassfish 4 directory and you will see the bin directory. Enter this directory. Inside this directory you will see the various batch files, and these batch files are required in order to use the Glassfish server for development purpose. And in order to use the Glassfish for development purpose, we must have these executables, I mean these batch files, available on our command prompt. In order to make these batch files available on our command prompt, we must supply the path or address of this directory as a part of our path environment variable. So copy the address of this directory from this address bar, minimize the window and go to my computer, right click, go to properties, go to advanced system settings, go to environment variable and search for path environment variable and click, select that environment variable and click edit. Well, this environment variable will already have something already set its value. Don't disturb that value, and at the end of that value press semicolon, and after that semicolon press the value you have copied from the address bar. Well, if you are having problem in seeing the value of this environment variable, you can copy the entire value and go to notepad and paste the value over here. By moving your cursor left and right, you can have a look at the value of this environment variable. Fine. So please look here, as I have already got this value available as part of my path environment variable, so I will not be setting it again. So let me close the notepad. So once you paste the value at the end, again type semicolon, and you will be pressing OK, and as I have got this value already set on my machine, I will be pressing cancel. You have to press OK, then press OK, OK again, and minimize this window. Fine. So now we have made all the Glassfish executables available on our command prompt. So now open the command prompt and type the command as admin and press enter. Once you press the enter, you will enter the as admin shell. Okay, fine. Let me show you where this executable is available. Well, I am talking about this executable, this batch file as admin, which is in the bin directory under the Glassfish 4 directory. So you have entered the prompt of this batch file. Fine. Let me minimize this window. Now in order to boot the Glassfish server, you need to type the command, and the command is start-domain. And after this command, you need to give the name of the domain you would like to boot. Well, Glassfish comes pre-installed, pre-configured with the default domain. In order to know the name of that domain, you need to go to the Glassfish 4 directory, and inside that you need to go to Glassfish directory, and inside that you need to go to domains directory, and inside that domains directory you will see the default domain which comes pre-configured with the Glassfish server, and the name of that domain is nothing but the domain one. So in order to boot the Glassfish server, you need to type the command start domain at the as admin cell, and then you need to type the name of the domain. Name of the domain is not compulsory. You need to supply the name of the domain only when you have got more than one domain configured on your Glassfish server. As we have got only one, domain configured and that is the default domain, we are not required to supply the name of the domain. So type the start domain command and press enter and wait for it to boot the Glassfish server. So now it has successfully booted the Glassfish server. Just have a look at these logs which it has made while booting the server. So it says that log file is available at this location. So Glassfish uses this log file to make the logging of various activities it is performing while booting the server. I will show you this log file at the end of this demonstration. Fine. So now we have successfully booted Glassfish server. So let's verify it by opening our browser and type the address localhost is to 8080. So now you can see that the Glassfish server is successfully running on my machine. Now you can follow this link over here and this link will take you to the administrative console of Glassfish server. And you can use this administrative console to alter various settings of the Glassfish server. You can use it to create data sources, you can use it to create security, realms, etc, etc. Fine. Okay, let's minimize this window and let me show you how to shut down the Glassfish server. The command to shut down the Glassfish server is stop dash domain, and again you need to give the name of the domain, and the name of the domain is not compulsory. You need to supply the domain if you have got multiple domain configured on your Glassfish server. As we have got only one and the default domain, which is domain 1, we are not required to supply the name of the domain, and press enter. So it has successfully shut down the Glassfish server. Let's verify it. Again type the address localhost is to 8080, but this time you will not get any response as you have already shut down the Glassfish server. So see, I'm not getting any response. So it has successfully shut down the Glassfish server. Fine. You can also boot the Glassfish server, as I have already told you, by supplying the domain. So let me show you. Start domain and you can type the name of the domain which is available over here, just domain 1. So type domain 1. By supplying the name of the domain also you can boot the Glassfish server. So it has successfully booted the Glassfish server. So now in order to stop the Glassfish server, you can type the stop domain and supply the name of the domain, which is domain 1 in our case, and this will stop the Glassfish server. Okay, fine. Now have a look at this log. I have already discussed it about. Well, this is the log file Glassfish server creates while booting, and it logs various activities it is performing while the boot is in progress. So let me show you where this log file is available and how it looks like. So let's go to the directory where you have extracted the Glassfish. Enter the Glassfish directory and follow this path, Glassfish, उसके and after that domains, domain 1, logs and server.log. This is the log file this entry is talking about. So let me show you how this log file looks like. So this log file looks like this. So it makes various logging about the activities it is performing during the boot process. It also logs the date and time and many more things. You can have a look at this log file. Well, this log file is very helpful, and if you have encountered any problem while booting the Glassfish server, and you can use this log file for troubleshooting purpose. Fine. So guys, you must be having a Glassfish server now running on your machine, and if you have any problem in setting up Glassfish server now also on your machine, I will request you to again play the tutorial and follow the steps as described by me. And before that also you must check up whether you have got java underscore home properly set on your machines, and you have got jdk bin directory available as a part of your environment variable. Fine, that's it for now. Wait for my next tutorial. Till then, happy coding.